Wool became the backbone and driving force of the medieval English economy between the late 13th century and early 15th century, when the trade was described by ordnance as the jewel in the realm. To this day, the seat of the Lord High Chancellor in the House of Lords is a large square bag of wool called the woolsack, a reminder of the principal source of English wealth in the Middle Ages. It was during this period Southampton's Weigh House, now a shell of its former self, rose to prominence as the most important building in the town. It was in this structure the King's weigh beam was used to assess customs on imports and exports, including wool. While any shopkeeper retailing goods by weight had his own balance, wholesale goods were supposed to be weighed on a communal weigh beam, or trone, by an officer responsible for the task. There are examples of fines imposed for the use of a private weigh beam. Communal weigh beams were present at major marketplaces as well as towns such as Southampton, Winchester and Hull, where they were usually kept in proximity to places where wool bales were stored. The importance of the function of the weigh beam in Southampton can be judged by the rivalry which led to an inquiry into the best possible location for the trone in 1407. The Royal Customs officials and collectors of the subsidy on wines petitioned on behalf of the new location, which it is believed could be the existing wool house, because there was a suspicion that the traditional site at the weigh house had facilitated embezzlement. An inquisition on the 25th of July declared unequivocally in favour of the new location and stated, "A new house of Thomas Middlington, situated on a sufficient site, is of all the houses in Southampton the most suitable for the weighing of wool, both for the King's advantage and for the convenience of merchants coming there for wool, cloths, and other merchandise, and less injurious to the King and the merchants, because of all the merchant houses in the town it is the largest and strongest, and so near the said bridge, the Wool Bridge, which it is opposite, that whoever are customers during the weighing of wool and customing of cloths and other merchandise can see that nothing enters or goes out by the bridge without their sight and knowledge. For these reasons the wool beam was lately placed in this house by the customers and collectors of the subsidy in the port by virtue of the King's letters patent, and there it remains. The house of the West Hall, where the beam used to hang, is by no means so fit for the weighing of wool, because of its distance from the said bridge and its crooked and unsuitable site, and also because of the sinister suspicion of stealing the custom and subsidy, as it is said to have been usual before now, at the times when the customers were occupied in weighing wool therein." However, Roger Appleby, the owner of the weigh house, successfully argued that for all its inconvenience, the location in French Street was the place accustomed of old time for the tonnage of wool, and so the weigh beam was returned.